Hey, what's up? This is Andrew Moore. I'm here to give you a demonstration on how to work the Polaroid print copier Model 240. Now this copier was made in the late 50s for the late 50s Polaroid cameras, which were mostly roll film. But it's a pretty interesting device. So you got the cord wrapped around it. So this is what it looks like packed up. It's pretty portable. It has a handle. You look around the back. This is a key that I'll get to later. But here's a tab. When you pull it out, the front cover opens up and slides forward. Opens up all the way, and the front lens snaps into place. Now the idea is that your entire camera gets mounted right here, and you can actually recreate a print. You can make a print of a Polaroid picture that you already have taken by placing that copy in this back slot. So you lift up this and you slide the picture in as such. Inside of this machine there are lights, and I'll light it up right now to show you. The on and off switch is right on top here, and now you see the inside is lightly illuminated. So those lights cast on your picture to light it up for when you take the photo of the photo. On top there is a dial. This dial is a minute-long timer, and it just keeps going. The idea is to time your print. So I have a camera with me without film, but it is the model camera, one of the model cameras that will work with this. On the box it says this machine is compatible with the Polaroid 95, 95A, 95B, 100, 150, 700, and 800. I have an 800 with me right now, and that's this camera. I don't have any film in it yet, so I can't show you the results, but I can show you how to set it up. On the bottom of this camera you have the mount for a tripod, and on this machine you have a little nub that goes into that tripod mount. Now what the key is for is adjusting the position of that, so you can lock the camera into place. The key goes into this screw, and that screw mounts this tab into place so that there's no shaking of the camera once you have it mounted. And so the idea is you set up the camera on the rig. I'll move it so you can see it. Okay, now it's lined up with that plastic nub on the bottom. And then one thing that it says to do is to adjust the camera's focus to 3.5 feet. So if you go inside here in the camera, I'm not sure if you can see that clearly, but these are all markings right along there. So wherever that arrow goes up to 3.5 feet, which is the shortest setting, that's what it has to be on in order to mount up with this. As you'll see here, the lens of the camera is able to cradle directly into the lens of the machine. Just like that. That's exactly how it lines up. In which case you would take the key, which mine is tied up at the moment, but you would just take this key and tighten it into place, and that'll keep the camera standing still. So the whole setup looks like this. Now what this machine comes with is a cable so that you're not shaking the shutter. This cable screws directly into the shutter. This right here, that's your shutter release. The cable screws in to the camera's shutter, just like that. And this allows you to take the photo without shaking the camera that much, since focus is extremely important when you're reproducing a print. And as mentioned before, all you would have to do is put your print in there, line it up, and close it. You set your camera to the bulb setting. Now the bulb setting on these cameras, I'll lift it up so you can see it, is this little tiny button right there. Push it towards B. B for bulb. That way, when you line the camera into place, you can time your exposure via the timer and hold down the shutter for as long as you want to expose the photo. Now, the manual on this and here recommends that you expose the photo for 7 seconds for an average looking picture. Of course, you'd expose longer if your print was darker and you didn't want it to come out dark. But it's a very simple machine, and that's pretty much all there is to it. For maintenance, these side compartments open up, and your light bulbs are right there. There are also removable filters to allow less light. See? Bulbs get super, super, super hot, which is why the machine is vented. And that's really all there is to it. I've actually used this machine with later model Polaroids, ones from the 60s that use pack film. And I had some workable results with it. I'm still getting used to it. But it is possible to use this with later Polaroids that take pack film. Once again, the type that have bellows. But unlike this right here, they use pack film, which is cheaper. And that is the Polaroid Model 240.